How's it going, guys? So, today I want to talk to you guys about an issue that Frank and I kind of brought up. I mean, Frank really brought it up, but I agree with his sentiments. What's the issue? The issue is, every time you hear Bibi Netanyahu speaking about the whole situation in Lebanon, right, with Hezbollah, not just Bibi, but also the generals and also the anybody involved with speaking to the media. They always use language like, we are going to send a message to the enemy. We're going to strike a blow to the enemy. Or today, we're gonna change the equation in the Middle East, or change the paradigm. I'm just paraphrasing, in the Middle East, or in the area, in the region. And we're wondering, Frank and I are wondering, this is very parv language. This is very kind of neither here nor there language. This is very coded and veiled language, right? Interestingly enough, if you look at our enemies, if you listen to our enemies over, however many years they've been our enemies, doesn't matter if they're Arab or the Persians in Iran, not the Persian citizens, but the regime, the Islamic regime. Whenever they speak about attacking Israel, attacking the Jews, everything is very clear. We're going to wipe Israel off the map. God forbid. This is a war of extermination. The guy from Egypt, back in the 40s or whenever this was. In the 60s also. This is a war of extermination. They use that over and over again. Or Hamas, or even the PA, we're fighting to get our land back. We're fighting the occupier to remove the occupier from our land, right? Or they even say to remove the Jew from our land. Folks, they make no bones about anything, right? There's no veiled language with them. Which is why when people come and say, and I had even friends come and say, well, Tzvi, you got to understand, they have to use this language because of relations with, people like Macron and Biden and this and that and Blinken and all these people. I say to myself, first of all, there's two things. First of all, they know what we want to do. They know that we want to go and actually eliminate Hezbollah entirely, right? They know we want to do that. They also know that, or rather, not that they know, that they don't object when the Arabs come and use very clear language, or not just the Arabs, the Muslims. And not only that, they don't put any of the business deals that they have with them in peril, right? It doesn't affect it one way or the other. And by the way, it wouldn't affect our business deals with them either. It wouldn't. How do we know that? Because when Israel Menachem Begin bombed the nuclear reactors of Iraq in 1981, everyone made a public stink out in the open. But in private, they were very impressed. Reagan's generals were super impressed at this operation. Even this deep state Dick Cheney, Deep Cheney, as I like to call him, was very impressed. So much so that he wrote an approbation there's a book written by, it's called Raid on the Sun. Something Clare, I think it's Michael Clare. Last name is Clare, the writer, the author, and Cheney wrote an approbation in the beginning of the book saying this was one of the most impressive things, and it really helped, America, that Israel did this, and the world, really. This is Dick Cheney wrote this. So, folks, Everybody was impressed. Nobody did anything. People, yakety yak. So, folks, this leads me to conclude that Bibi, as much as he does want to do the right thing and destroy Hezbollah and Hamas also, but Hezbollah in this case, and push them back, destroy them, and then, push not them, but push into Lebanon and create a sort of, if not, take over the south of Lebanon or a certain part of the south of Lebanon, or at least create some sort of empty zone, demilitarized zone there, and just shrink basically Lebanon, right, in a military sense, strategic sense, and then allow the citizens of Israel to come back to, places like Kiryat Shmona and Rosh Hanikra and all those places. So, and Metula. He wants to do that. But then, of course, we have entities in, the military brass, and we have Gallant himself, who works together with the Biden administration, Obama/Biden administration, Amalek administration, and the like. And so one wonders, why doesn't Bibi just get rid of these people, kind of like in a very Trumpian fashion, fire anybody who's not with him, and keep anybody who is with him? So we understand that he, for whatever reason, either he can't do that or he's not able to do that, and this is where we're at. So basically, he does what needs to be done, but then there's like this, he still has to use what's called concepcia language to basically demoralize the what's that, guys? See, there you go, that's them. To demoralize the public, the Israeli public. Because folks, can you imagine if Bibi came out and said, instead of saying we're going to push them back, we're going to give them a message, we're going to, give them a punch, a patch, the message is clear, blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying all that nonsense, right, he just comes out and says, we are going to eliminate Hezbollah, much like he said, we're going to eliminate Hamas, and we're going to take over the south of Lebanon, or at least the parts where Hezbollah were, and we are going to have your citizens come back, our citizens come back. Folks, the people would be so thrilled. There would be parties on the streets. The people would be, their morale would be up. But here, we just have this, we're going to give them a patch, we're going to give them... I mean, I guess the people know that we're gonna try to get rid of Hezbollah. At least so they hope, right? But what happens, God forbid, if we don't, my friends? God forbid if we don't. Or it takes forever to do this. Or we have to at every turn listen to, Torquemada at the UN. What's his name? Gutierrez. I call him, Torquemada. Hey, Torquemada, what do you say? Order the fay. Order the fay. And order the fay. Folks, go watch the movie History of the World. Mel Brooks plays Torquemada. So we have to listen to Torquemada. We have to listen to all these people. We don't have to listen to them, but my friends, it just goes to show that underneath all this, as Frank and I have been talking about, there are the forces of Mashiach, and then there are the forces, the spiritual spirit or ruach of Mashiach, and then there's the ruach of the Sitra Achra, and they're constantly pushing and pulling. And this is what you see. You see, supposedly we're doing the right thing. Supposedly we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. But as we're doing it, we demoralize our own people. We stop every so often to listen to a bunch of fruitcakes, a bunch of, Torquemadas and whomever, Amaleks. And this is the way it's going. This is the way it's going to continue to go. Meanwhile, our enemies, when they want to do something to us, or as Bernie Mac would say, do something to me. When they want to do something to me, they say, I'm going to do something to you. Bust a move. So, they say they're going to bust a move. We don't say anything, or we talk with parv language. And again, folks, I had a friend tell me, why do we need to say anything? Everybody knows what we're doing. Fine, everybody does know what we're doing. But we're talking to our own people. We have to talk, the leaders have to talk to the people and galvanize the people. Instead of saying, it's like concepcia, it's like this technical language of war from like a war college. It's not just simple language that a child can understand. We are going to erase them. Folks, you ever see kids playing with toy soldiers? I'm gonna kill all your guys. No, I'm gonna kill all your guys. Folks, I'm not, God forbid, bloodthirsty person. But if there's a threat, you know what I mean? Kids are very simple people. You know, they're emesdik, they're honest. There's no veiled language, there's no coded language. Folks, here we should be more like little kids. I'm gonna erase your guys. Your guys are the bad guys, I'm going to erase them. And then I'm going to take their land, or wherever they were, their territory, wherever they were, and I'm gonna bring my people back to wherever they were before, and then your guys won't threaten my people. Folks, this is like simple, direct. Your people, your own citizens can understand this. That's why our enemies talk this way, because their own citizens understand it. And we understand it, and the world understands it, and the world doesn't say anything to them. And you know what? If we said it, I don't know that the world will say anything to us. And if they did, then go fly a kite. That's it. Anyway, guys, I think I just beat a dead horse over here. And Zat Hashem, we're going forward with this by hook or by crook. And Mashiach, who is himself veiled for now, he should be unveiled very soon. He's fighting our wars, and so is Hashem, really. And yeah, God willing, we should see good things. And this year Simchat Torah should be really with Simcha, unlike last year, and we should really dance and with joy and with Simcha. And the month of Heshvan should not be bitter. It should not be Mar. It should be the month where we actually get to inaugurate, as our sages tell us, inaugurate the third temple, and peace in the world. All right, guys, later.